Gentlemen, to season 2 of the XenTegra Fortinet Session podcast. I'm your host, Chris Dorn. Welcome back for a second season. Thanks for joining us. And it's my pleasure to introduce newest member of the XenTegra team, Isrrael Quintero, is joining us from Fortinet recently. How's it going, Isrrael?
Hey, how you doing?
Very good, very good. Thanks for being here and on the team now.
It's a
Hopefully,
pleasure.
yeah, hopefully it's been a good couple of weeks over here, getting kind of ramped up, sorting some items out, joining us at sales kickoff, and seeing how we do things around here at XenTegra, lining up our 2023 goals with us. So very excited to have you joining us and being a part of the team.
No, definitely, it's been so far a great experience. Hopefully, by me bringing my knowledge of the Fortinet platforms to the customers, have that better interaction is going to be very helpful.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Well, as you can see, we're kind of coast to coast, a little all over the place, and even up in Canada and starting in India at this point. But the sky's kind of the limit with this. So the Fortinet fabric can help our customers extend and reach components and locations around the globe, and we're backing them and looking to be there to help them along their journey around the globe. So very cool. Well, I kind of didn't have a direct topic for today. It kind of is Isrrael and I discussed earlier, but I wanted to kind of look at what we talked about this past season in 2022, and then chat about some of the new components and exciting new integrations that are coming down the pipeline or that are already stamped and ready to integrate in your production workloads. But a little bit of a review on what we looked at last year. We had a number of sessions, had some very insightful and helpful guests, and we kind of kicked off the whole series by looking at the fabric itself and kind of chatted about how the integration with the operating system being pretty standard across the different firewall components and the FortiLink protocol, and the capabilities of managing your switches and wireless networks all from that single pane of glass. That was pretty cool. So after we all got kind of our head wrapped around the fabric itself, we started digging down into some of the other areas in a little more detail, and kind of pulled in some special guests to chat about those. And we started off the second episode chatting about the integration of the firewall itself and the role that it plays inside of the fabric. And then we looked at the manager and the FortiAnalyzer after that, and chatted about the ability to manage and the data that's collected inside of the analyzer, and what kind of insights you can gain from having that. So that was pretty helpful, and really kind of at that time, our customers were starting to purchase that and integrate it into their fabric and standing it up on their own. They might have leveraged some of the Fortinet directly options to have the manager and the analyzer in the cloud. And then we've started to see more and more as we've stood up and matured our instances inside of our managed services option. That's really starting to play into it with the multi-tenancy and being able to bring in multiple customers into those single nodes, and how we're kind of controlling that with the role-based access, and how it played into the VDOMs and ADOMs, and how that all kind of gets sorted out and segregated. Then we did around April last year, we brought some guests in. We chatted about the ZTNA options, which is still a big discussion point with customers. Folks still wanting to see how they can deliver that zero trust to their users, where they're only leveraging the technologies that are presented to them in a reasonable fashion. And then we looked at we had an IT OT convergence leader discussion as Fortinet kind of rose above and beyond in the operational technology area, and how that kind of plays into the discussions that we're having with, especially with the energy and manufacturing customers that we help support. And then we looked a little bit at the FortiSASE. There's a lot of SASE options out there. They just keep coming. I think my inbox has got a couple different new ones I've never even heard of, almost on a weekly basis. Googling them, checking them out a little bit more. How do they integrate? Why would they be better or not better? But, it kind of comes back to a lot of folks want to keep a lot of their support in the technology fabric underneath that single vendor. So those components in the cloud, I think we'll continue to see those being investigated, subscribed to, and integrated inside of our customers' fabrics. And then we chatted a little bit more towards the end of the year about FortiEDR. So that was ultimately another agent that would kind of sit on the customer endpoint to provide like super enhanced predictive security actions against possible vulnerabilities and threats on those endpoints, which was pretty awesome to kind of deep dive into that. That's a pretty important piece that I think a lot of customers, especially from a compliance standpoint, should investigate deploying inside of their organizations. And then we chatted about the FortiMail a little bit more, on-prem and native integrated cloud solutions that you could take advantage of, and talked about like the CTAPs, the cyber threat assessments, and how we could do that around the FortiMail with FortiMail as well. And then we kind of ended the season 1 with a FortiNAC discussion. So that network access control we're finding SMB and lower even needed as well. So it's if you're not standardized on a Fortinet fabric, it's one of those vendor neutral technologies you can put into place inside of your network to really help steer the traffic and segment and isolate different traffic flows inside of your network to help secure things up a little bit more. But yeah, we did a lot last season. That's kind of in a nutshell, that's what we had looked at. And looking forward to some new conversations this season, kind of see how we might be able to take it to the next level and kind of dive in a little bit deeper with some of these technologies and these integration components that are present to us now. And I think out of the gate, what kind of came to fruition with me and help from some of our client executives out in the field is, there's an idea of really helping to automate the workflows, and especially from the ticketing standpoint, there's we've invested a lot at XenTegra, a lot of time, effort, resources into standing up our own ServiceNow practice through our managed services wing of the company. And hopefully through that, we're going to be able to offer, it's a very enterprise technology suite, and it's a big bite for a lot of folks to take. So we've tried to steer and position an option for our customers to be able to take advantage of this enterprise super mature kind of product, and we've placed that inside of our data center to help offer that as an option to our customers. And I'm looking around here and I see that there's directly already some Fortinet options for the integration with the FortiAnalyzer and the FortiManager. So they got some integration options there to help plug in. And I assume, since I haven't clicked through everything yet, that it helps with certain alerts being triggered and automation of the tickets being created and generated, so that there's less human interaction that has to take place to get those things kind of out of the gate.
And definitely by using their analyzer, because you having different type of other vendors, it will actually, it's not going to be a requirement to invest a lot of money on a SIM solution, right? And now allows you to be able to see your Fortinet's products into one single location, and be able to, if any company out there needs to be under compliances, it does give you already that type of report and that function to be able to do that. So it's a pretty neat solution out there.
Yeah, very much so. It'll help save some time. And if you got the two technologies already stood up in your environment, why not plug them in together? See
Yeah,
what kind of
definitely.
time savings you can get from that.
Not only that, I mean, this actually is a great cost savings because a lot of people are kind of moving to a hybrid solution, like either going to a public cloud or even going all virtual in their environment. And Fortinet does provide a very good, cost-effective photo analyzer VM that they can actually put it either on premise or on a public cloud to be able to have all their reporting in. So it's pretty neat solution and very affordable.
Yeah, no, that's great to hear. And then we're kind of stepping into some of the other areas where XenTegra really kind of focuses. We're really strong partner with Nutanix. Um, we got validation now from some of the FortiGates and Analyzer and Manager, FortiMail, Sandbox, Seam. There's a pretty big list of validated solutions now with Nutanix itself. So, kind of stacking those up and ultimately kind of striving towards the delivery of a really good user experience from a VDI standpoint, and then all those pieces that surround that to, ultimately give us the insight that we need to make sure that those users have a successful and above average experience while they're using those virtualized platforms. That's ultimately the goal, and it's really cool to see like how all these things are coming together with these different vendors, and that the communication lines are open between them. So they're all seem to be striving together to make sure that all the customers are having that ultimate experience together.
Yeah, and definitely Fortinet does provide a full list of different VMs that support different hypervisors and even public clouds. Uh, Pretty much all the public clouds already have different instance in there that you can deploy. And there's different options by bringing your own licensings, or you can. Now that is not a very cost effective. It's always better to go and get it with the discounts with us and everything like that. And another option is with, like you mentioned, Nutanix. I mean, they have right now, as Fortinet investing on all these VMs is literally supports every hypervisor that's out there so far. Now, I might be wrong, but there are a large number are supported, and they actually publicize all that information on their data sheets.
Yep, it's right out here. So yeah, we should definitely take some time this season and chat about some of these in a little more detail. See if we can bring folks in from both sides as guests to kind of chat about these a little bit, just to bring some insight in what they're seeing out there in the customer world, how these things are being looked at, and the discussions that they're having around the integration.
Yeah. Well, one thing I do want to bring up to this conversation, and we can actually state this, that Fortinet just released their 6 gigahertz APs. So their new series, the G series, came out already starting last month. So if any customer out there is looking at vendors who has 6 gigahertz of on the APs, hey, we can definitely help them out on that. Right now, they currently have the indoors APs on the 4x4 MIMO and the 2x2s. They haven't done the outdoors just yet. I know they're working on that, but they already have those G series out there.
Yeah, but they do, don't they? And one of the cool things is we just put the order in for some of your lab equipment and some of the stuff we're going to use and deploy in the XenTegra office as well. We went ahead and got those on order. I don't know how fast the 400s will ship, but the 200s seem to be readily available.
I'm hoping that the lead time is a lot better than the F series. I know a lot of people are main concerns are the lead times, and I think this will definitely help, especially now you're getting the new technology out there. Hopefully they did stock up before putting it out there to sell. So I'm hoping for that. And like you mentioned, I'm very excited for them to get to my house and I'm be able to play with them.
Yeah, I mean, that's some toys to play with. They look like kind of toys to us, but in organizations, it's their bread and butter and their lifeline. So we really want to kick the tires on it as with ourselves, and drink our own champagne after we deploy it into the XenTegra main office. But I think we'll have a lot of fun and learn a lot from that. I definitely will. I'm definitely kind of positioning the equipment to use it in my lab at first, and then I'll transition it to the office after going through some more of the training. So looking to get the kind of the immersion for the NSE4 in the upcoming conference that we'll be attending in April. So in the beginning of April, for you folks listening, if you haven't already seen all the Accelerate 2023 promotions that have been going around, it should be a really good and insightful conference that Fortinet is hosting for the first time in a couple of years down in Orlando at the Swan and Dolphin. So that's, I think, when are we getting there? April 2nd. I think we'll arrive on Saturday, take some classes on Sunday. A few
I
more
believe
on
it's
Monday.
the first we land there.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, we land on the 1st. If anybody's out there who are interested, we can we'll be flying in a little early. So if you guys are interested in meeting us up there, please let us know.
Yeah, definitely. And we, don't want to forget, we got a lot of passes to share. You can qualify for heavily discounted ones, and I've got a handful of them that I'm going to raffle off too to get some of our customers down there. And the XenTegra client executive team's done a pretty good job so far as promoting that and getting some of the customers signed up and get it on their calendar so they can learn something too, because those were always a lot of fun. And I miss some of the other vendors that we worked with pretty heavily in the past, and to see that kind of go away was pretty disappointing from those other vendors. So really excited about Fortinet bringing this back to the public and having us have the opportunity to participate and be a part of it. So yeah,
this
is
my first year, so I'm excited as well, and it's going to be in Florida. So, hopefully the weather will be nice. And for most of y'all who like Walt Disney World, I mean, that's where it's going to be at the Swan and Dolphin. Am I correct, Chris?
Yes, that's correct.
So it's very excited, especially if you are eager to learn more about the Fortinet, taking the courses. There are those courses that we are going to be attending on Sunday, starting on the 2nd. So definitely.
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, definitely check that out. Reach out to your client executives, or you can ping me directly and I'll get you set up. Again, we got about 20 of them off the bat to kind of distribute, and looking forward to having a reason to have to go get more. So yeah, definitely check it out. You can look on LinkedIn or visit XenTegra.com. You'll see that the conferences again they're back in effect. So not only with Fortinet, but that same week is iGel. So we got conference passes for iGel, and Nutanix next will be the next big one after the Accelerate event. So again, trying to play from all angles. The Fortinet and iGel and Nutanix, together. That's 3 of our 4 main vendors that we kind of work with, and really try to create that ultimate experience by encapsulating the cohesivity that these technologies bring to each other.
Yeah, talking about vendors, I mean, how about we start talking about ServiceNow now, how we have different options for that?
Yeah, it's there's something else there. XenTegra started just very similar to the network practice here at XenTegra. We started a ServiceNow practice, and it's a couple months old at this point, and seems to be gaining some traction. We have Fred Reynolds and working with us here at XenTegra. He's helping to bring that to life and get that off the ground. And then Trevor Mansell and the MSP team here is really kind of put the pedal to the metal as far as being able to stand up that as a service that you can subscribe to that we're going to host for you. So you're going to go through our FortiGates to get to it. So there's a lot, I guess there's definitely going to be a lot of stories that we'll be able to bring to light and share with our customers through this series on how we're tying all that together. So, I mean, Ed's a great example of somebody we can bring in and have some discussions around the ServiceNow component and how Fortinet is playing into that practice as it matures. And just like that, we'll do that over and over again with the different vendors where we see opportunity to have those kind of conversations.
Yeah, definitely with the Fortinet Analyzer does have a great integration with that. So ServiceNow is a great thing, or one of the big partnerships that we have as well. I mean, we do have different options with our systems, as you mentioned. So yeah, I'm looking forward to talk more about this.
Yeah, definitely. And again, as we kind of focus in and scope in on some of the topics that we'll bring to light, we'll bring SMEs in for those particular areas that we want to chat about. And then unfortunately today, some of the other team members that would be regulars on the call were not able to join us, but I mean, that's totally fine. Again, we're just kind of recapping here and kicking around some ideas to see where we can target some of these discussions here in this season. So with that, kind of keep this one short and sweet. A lot of options here that we could dive into and spend a lot of time on. But over the next couple of weeks here, we'll get more of the topics solidified, and we'll start presenting that and work on bringing some of the guests in to chat about it with us a little more, so that we can learn some more about it. And hopefully by then, or not too far after, we get the ball rolling on the specific topics, specifically episode 2 and after that. And we'll have some equipment in our hands that you and I can play with it, and maybe even stand up our SD-WAN tunnels and link them up together and show customers kind of how it all works.
Definitely.
Really, yeah.
I'm pretty sure rather than just listening to our voices, maybe next time we might start improving a little bit more on doing more video on showing the GUIs, how everything looks. So yeah, I'm excited.
We'll definitely do that. I didn't turn my webcam on, but I usually do, but we'll throw these up on YouTube as well. So I know some folks just want to download the podcast and stream that, but typically these will have a video with them that we can throw over into YouTube so you can watch it at a later time. So definitely watch out for that from us, and we'll continue to promote these and post them up on LinkedIn as they become finalized and ready to share with everybody. But looking to get a cadence down for about every other week or so, where we have a topic of discussion, so that I definitely don't know it all. Isrrael, you know a lot more than I do, but you're human.
I still don't know it all.
I
still don't know it all, but we definitely can know people who can definitely be those experts on certain areas, because we have pretty good relationships with a lot of vendors, partners, and we do definitely have that type of experience that we can reach out if we don't know anything. Questions, anything that you guys are concerned, I mean, let us know. I mean, we can definitely, if you guys have ideas how to present this, or how can we help anyway, or if a solution is out there and you're curious if it does work, let us know. We can definitely help out.
Yeah, that's a wonderful point. I don't think I've ever brought that up in the past. Wide open for ideas. There's plenty of them out there that I can hop on Google and get 10 ideas pretty quickly. But if there's an area that you're interested in, and you'd like us to pull in a expert in that area and have any specific questions you'd like to try to get answered, definitely feel free to reach out to us. We'll pull that in, and then ultimately we get to share it with everybody else. So that's a really cool part about the podcast series here.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very excited again, guys. Thank you, Chris, for bringing me on here. I'm excited to especially talk about the Fortinet products. not only that I used to work there, but I know the great value of it. Great company. I'm in love with their products, and I have played with other ones, but uh, Fortinet has something very, very well, and I'm excited to bring it into to this podcast and talk it a little bit more and talk about other products as well.
Yeah, excellent. Well, looking forward to it. And again, we're getting the Army ramped up here a little bit more. The idea is that our customers and the public that come to us, and Israel's so busy, and I'm so busy that we need to get a couple more Israels on staff here. So yeah, really looking forward to this journey. You know, that the team at XenTegra from the leadership side said, you know, we're basically just barely touching the throttle here, and when we put the pedal to the metal, you know, the sky's going to be the limit. And I can't think of another vendor that is capable and willing to work with us like Fortinet has. So it's the synergies just unbelievable and very powerful from that stance.
Yeah, and anybody, you guys are interested to meet us in person or are curious where we're at, please go to our page at XenTegra.com and go to the events. There's a lot of events there. Please sign up if you're interested. If you know about an event that you would like us to do or talk about, just let us know.
Always open for ideas. Submit them at will. So I guess we'll kind of wrap up on this first one. Again, just wanted to chat about some of the things we looked at last season, and then kind of give a little bit of foundation for the direction we'll kind of take this season. But really looking forward to our listeners joining. Again, any of the feedback that you can provide us, really looking forward to that. It'll be taken seriously. So yeah, feel free to shoot it over to us. And then we'll follow up with you guys soon. Watch out for the episode 2 of season 2, and we'll circle back around everybody very soon. So thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye, everybody.